Hello everyone, it's me, Coffee Stitcher. It is New Year's Eve. Filming a little later in the day than normal. We have a party tonight. We had to take the dog to the vet, so we were running around this morning, taking a quick break to do the video. This will probably be a little longer video, actually. We're gonna go over my plans for January, which have altered slightly. But more on that to come. We've got Stitchybox. It came yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to do them. By the time I got home last night to do the unboxing, it was so dark, the light in here wasn't good enough for it to be worth doing. So I just said, you know what, I'll do it all today. So that's what we're doing. So we've got a little bit of whip updates. We've got some discussion on the new starts. And we've got some haul. So, I guess without further ado, we'll launch in with the good old Q&A. Alright, so Joanne Stitching J Gammy K asks, how do you keep up with patterns you already have in stock so as not to buy the same ones again? What kind of system do you use? I use an app, and they're about to do a big upgrade on it, called X-Stitch. And you can see it there in the middle. It's the blue one. They don't have it available for Android yet, but they're going to. But it lets you keep track of... now, I don't use the journal aspect, but I do use the inventory aspect. So, it lets you look at your threads. You can sort by... that's terrible, but there's the long list of threads. But it gives you... all sorts of threads, all sorts of designers, all sorts of fabric dyers, and it's pretty kick-ass. So, there you go. Let's see. My adopted grandmother loved the no-sew cube, so yay for that. Beaker Sanute asks if I've ever thought about doing a Stitch With Me video. I have. I don't particularly enjoy those. I don't have very good technology to do it with, and frankly, it would probably drive my husband crazy if I sat there and just babbled while stitching. Because we usually stitch together, or I stitch while he's doing stuff in the living room. So, probably will never do one. Nancy Dubbin asked, what coffee were you drinking? I was drinking Bones coffee, and I was drinking the dark roast. We have since tried Jingle Bones, which was their holiday blend. It was awful. We've also tried the Gingerbread Man, which was very good. And then tonight, some of my old Starbucks buddies are coming over, so I'm sure we're going to try some of the other flavors. Lori Graffor asks, for beading, what do I use for beading thread? I do a mix. I will do Nemo sometimes. Mostly I try to match the thread to the bead itself. But if it's a clear see-through bead, then I use the Nemo. But if it's not, then I don't. If that makes any sense. She also asks, while you're beading, do you secure the bead using the thread or Nemo and go 2 times through it? It depends a little. If I need them to line up in a straight line, what I actually do is I'll do the top stitch, or I'll make sure they're all lined up the same way, but then to sort of get them into the straight line, I'll run one more, so I only do one strand when I'm beading, because I'll do the full cross if I need it not at an angle. So if I need the bead to go, like say this lovely bobbin is the bead. Okay, so here's the bead, and this is the hole. So if I go diagonal, and I just need it to sit on a diagonal, then I'm done. If I want it to be this way, so the hole is up top, then I'll do the full X. Or I'll do the full X a different direction so that I get it that way. And then what I'll do at the end is if I've got a row of them, like that, I'll go through the middle with one more strand to sort of pull them together. So, that's how I bead. Tammy Neal asks, who is my favorite dyer and why? My favorite fabric dyer, it's going to require some clarification. Sorry, my eyes are itchy. I'm battling off sinuses, so forgive me for that. In terms of, like, the big name commercial ones, for lack of a better term, I think Picture This Plus is probably the best. In terms of the hand dyers, it's a toss-up. I really love Eric from Ship's Manor, although he's doing his fabric in limited batches now because of a few people who have made it not fun for him anymore. And if I ever meet those people, I will shank them. I also really love Leslie of Under the Sea Fabrics. So those are my two go-tos for fabric. Fabrics by LJ has some really pretty stuff, but he tends to do more multicolor, and I tend to go more for solids. But his stuff is very nice. My husband does not stitch. He doesn't like repetition, so stitching, crocheting, knitting, that sort of stuff would not be for him. He reads. That's really his big hobby, and he plays video games. So that's what he usually does when he's not working, well, at night. Let's see. Alright, so I think that takes care of it. Let me check my spam folder. I haven't done that in a while. Yeah, that's what I figured. Mostly crap. That's actually spam. Alright, so I guess let's get into the haul. So we'll start with everyone's favorite, Stitchybox. So, and I actually, because I have a couple other things on order, so I wasn't sure if this was a box. I already popped the top on it to see. And this is the November-December box. I know she had a little bit of trouble with some of her supplies getting here. And I know Leslie has had a hell of a time with fabric. Alright, so this one is Northern Lights. There was not a main fabric colorway this time. But here we go. Let's start with the embellishments. I'll also take this moment to throw out there. One of the things I ordered... Well, no, we'll do this in a second. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, this is some pretty stuff. Goodness. Okay, so there are 3 crystal snowflakes. One in dark blue, one in sort of a turquoise blue, and one that's clear. Let's see, do I have something white I can hold? Aha. So there they are. Oh. They're not showing up very well, unfortunately, but they're gorgeous. Goodness. Then some vintage cotton ribbon and Percocia crystal banding. That crystal banding is gorgeous too. Again, it's not showing up very well, but let's see if I can pull it out without making a big mess. There we go. There it is. It's beautiful. Oh my god, I actually just want to turn this into a necklace and wear... Okay, that's too small for my neck. Maybe a bracelet. This is gorgeous. Or I can make some interesting earrings. Ooh, maybe I could... Nope, that's not going to work either. This is so pretty. Okay. Now we'll do our fabulous, the fabric. This time it's a Picture This Plus Lugana in... Did she print it? Oh, she printed it on the bag. 28 count. Ooh, and it's beautiful. And I may actually have a project to put that on already. Yay for me. I like it when stuff works out. We'll see. I know how to fold things. You don't know my life. Okay, now for the threads, because we all know threads is my favorite part. Okay, so this month we've got a Dinky Dyes in, and it's an exclusive, in Amateur Blue, which is a much brighter, a little brighter than what it's showing up there. We've got Planet Earth Fiber Silk Ribbon in Wisteria. An NPI Silk, the Moonlight Pastel range. My mother would love this box. And then two Gentle Arts. One is called Winter Moon, and it's sort of a gray-purple, and the other is Winter Snow-Topped Pines, which is sort of a green-brown. Aren't those beautiful? These are awesome. This is a fabulous box. I love Stitchybox. Love it so much. So there we go. There is this Stitchybox. Okay, so what I'm gonna throw out while I'm preparing the rest of the haul to go over. I ordered, because I saw them advertised on Facebook, and I bought, the last time I was at IKEA, this dollhouse shelf. And the, I just put it, that's what I did. That I'm planning to turn into an Oz display shelf. And I saw advertised on Facebook these sort of mini dollhouse kit things that were super cute that are coming from Japan. So I don't know if anyone wants to see those when I get them and do an unboxing of those, but I may do that if enough people are interested. They're the DIY dollhouse kits on Banggood, literally the word bang and then the word good together. So if anyone does actually want to see those, let me know in the comments, because I will happily show those off. Alright, we've got our haul together. So, first we got, and I'm only going to show you one of the two pieces, because they basically look exactly the same, so there's no point in me showing it. I got my Under the Sea fabric order for for Fairy Tale Land. So I'm using doing both of them on Opal Autumn. So there they are. This is linen. I don't know how well the sparkle shows up in person. And it shows up in person, great. I don't know how well it shows up on the video. Let me see if I can get it a little closer to y'all. You can sort of see it. But as you all know, opals don't show up terribly well on these. But it's opal, and it's gorgeous. It's exactly what I wanted. And then I got... Because I'd ogled and ogled and oogled and ogled it at the retreat, and then I didn't buy any, I got a fat eighth of Christmas in Williamsburg on the gold opal. So I have something I might be able to get on it. I'm going to have to check its measurements and see. But It's beautiful. Makes me think of Christmas and gingerbread. Alright, so yesterday I went to the Stitch Niche. Met up with Kate for a very quick run to spend all of our Christmas money. And I got lots of stuff. So, especially because Stitch from Stash is starting, which means no more spending. Okay, so I picked up I'll show you the things that I had planned to get first, because I needed them for starts. So I got 3 classic Colorworks. I got Dolphin Bay, Mossy, and Sweetest Heart. And I needed those for the Shepherd's Bush All Is Well. There they are. I also got, let's see. These 3 for that. Okay, so these 2 weeks dye works, linen and pepperoncini were for it as well. And linen's not going to show up, but it's a white. And then I got, for the Lizzie Kate greens, Ocean, Molasses, and Liberty by Weeks Dye Works, because I needed those. For Fairy Tale Land, I got the one TMC I still needed, as well as Petite Treasure Braid 63 to do the titles of the stories in. And then I got the 2 DMC pearls that I needed for my stocking, so that part not terribly interesting. Then, I also got the Halloween Sampler Embellishment Package for the Jeanette Douglas Halloween Sampler. So, that's one of the ones I'm going to start this year. So it comes with 2 bundles of floss, with all the floss I need, as well as my little Mill Hill button that I need. It's a witch's hat. Boop. Okay. So I have that. I just need to get a fabric for that. Then I got another Jeanette Douglas. I got, the Common Thread. And I got its embellishment pack, which is massive. So, can't wait to start this. This may actually end up being my start for January if I've got the fabric for it. If not, then we'll see. Well, I say that. If not, then I'll do my other one, which we'll talk about again in a second. Then I also got 2 more Shepherd's Bush charts. I got the 2017 ornament. It's a snowman that says, I'm dreaming. And one called Thankful Notes. That I thought was really sweet. So, there is that. Alright, so, I guess now we will discuss my whip updates. I really didn't get a lot worked on this week, as much as I'd hoped. Not for any reason not for any bad reason, we just were a lot busier than I anticipated being. So I worked a little on Vintage Birds by Jeanette Douglas. I got the right-hand bird started, so that'll be a quick finish off once I come back to it. See, I did, however, work on Beatrix Potter, and I got the quote done. This is by The Primitive Hare. So, and the quote says, "There is something delicious about writing the first words of a story. You never quite know where they'll take you. So there it is. The color change is not as drastic in person, and the white shows up better in person. But the blue words are all in A Perfect Day Silk by Ship's Manor. And then the white is my favorite white silk, Jersey Shore from Gloriana. So I worked on that this week. That's really about it. Hopefully I'll get a little time to stitch today. I will be starting tomorrow, so we'll go ahead and go into our monthly plans. I actually did a sort of bullet journal of my own, which you cannot read because of the glare. Good lord. Okay. So, what I did is I broke it down by the annual stitch-alongs and Stitch Mania. So we've got the Princess, the Halloween, the Nifty 50, and the Christmas stocking. Or, excuse me, the Christmas. Then our monthly sals, as well as my Soda Stitch sal. So, for the Soda Stitch one is, obviously, I'm starting that one tomorrow. That's going to count as my New Year, New Start. On January 1st, I'm starting with Fairy Tale Land 2, and I'm going to have to stitch the apple from Snow White, but then I'm going to do all of the Beauty and the Beast, which is going to count for my Princess Sal, too. The Tour Day Designer for the month in Stitch Mania is Glendon Place. So, presuming I can find it, I've been looking for it, and I don't know what I've done with it. If I can find my Murky Manor start that I had going, I'm going to work on Murky Manor to satisfy Halloween and Glendon Place. If I can't, then I'm going to work on Great Cheshire Moon from Tempting Tangles. Which, last we left, I had to frog a whole bunch. So, we'll be picking up where I left off. So, hopefully. I mean, if I don't find... I would like to work on Murky Manor, but if I don't find it, well, then at least I have a backup plan. On the 15th is Work That With. That'll be the day that I work on the Frosted Pumpkin story time to try and finish it. So I'll work on Charlotte's Web this month. That's also going to satisfy Nifty 50 because this month's theme is home, and home makes me think of our library. So, for Christmas, I'll be working on my stocking. This is actually going to go to work with me for a couple of days, because so that I can finish the white stripes and work some more on him. Because once he's really done, the rest of this is just should pretty much come together. So that's my Christmas one. Then on the 18th is the Year of Starts. Currently, I have All Is Well planned by Shepherd's Bush, although I may start the Common Thread if I've got the fabric for it. So that's going to be the switch hitter. And then on the 20th begins the Zodiac from Clouds Factory with Aquarius. And I did actually start working a little. I didn't get far enough for it to really count, but I did at least start working a little on the outer rings. So I got the first round of rings done, but I'm not super worried about doing the outer rings because this was a monthly stitch along when it came out, so I know it's something I can handle in a couple of days pretty easily. So that is the plan for January. The Oz book I will be reading is The Lost Princess of Oz, which was my favorite growing up, and so far, because I did start it a little early, so far is sticking to be my favorite. So if you watch me on OzTube, look forward to the Lost Princess of Oz video this month, or I guess in January. I guess that kind of does it for me. I hope everyone had a terrific holiday season with your family. If you're doing anything tonight, be safe. If you're not doing anything tonight, still be safe. Tonight, still be safe. And I will see you all next week.